Hi guys, it's me with another blendability video for you. These videos are actually targeted for my Blendabilities Club. So here's your project for this month's club. Woohoo, isn't that really pretty? I love the pretty peacock. This month in your club package, you're going to get the Coastal Cabana markers, light, medium, and dark. You'll get the cherry cobbler markers, and you'll get the razzleberry markers. So you'll have 9 more markers to go with the 6 that you already have. Plus, you have the color lifter and the Memento ink pad. So you're going to stamp the pretty peacock with the Memento ink. This is the only ink that you can use with the blendabilities. If you use StazOn, it will smear, and we don't want that. So you can only use the Memento ink. So with this project, I used a little Coastal Cabana. I used the cherry cobbler, of course. I used the old olive, a little bit of yellow, and you can color your peacock any way you desire it. But I want to show you a couple little tips in coloring the peacock. I took my lightest blendability and I did most of the peacock with the lightest one, and I included this part of his wing too. And then I went ahead and added a little bit of the darker. This is the medium one. Kind of gave it a break off point. And then I added more of the darker one. Remember, don't push too hard. Let your marker do the work for you. You don't have to do the work. And let them blend. So there's kind of what I was going for. If you didn't get a chance to watch the last video, don't forget you can lay those down on the table and shove your marker together. Then you can snap it. Make sure you snap it. If you don't snap it, your markers can dry out. That'll make your markers definitely not last as long as you'd like them to. So here's my pretty peacock after I've done a little more blending and shading. Now, if you want that to be a little lighter, you can go back with your color lifter, change that up. Also, what I did for these flowers is I used some of the cherry cobbler, but I also used some yellow. So I actually got all my markers out that I had, and I used the dark and I used the medium, but then I added some yellow in there, and this was just kind of an artsy thing, and I really liked the way it turned out, so that's why I'm sharing that with you. I added some yellow to that, and I actually colored right over the red so it looked kind of orangish, and kind of changed the color of the cherry cobbler. It lightened it a lot, and then I could take the lighter one and do some shading around the edge. So kind of fun. So let your imagination roll with this. You know, you don't have to do the card just like mine. Have fun with those that tail, those beautiful feathers. I kind of grouped mine in twos. As you can see, I did several colors. I did lots of yellow, and I did some Coastal Cabana, and I did 3 different colors of the purple. Got lots of reds and the yellows and the flowers. Of course, I did the olives, several colors in the leaves. Now, the one thing that I really wanted to focus on for you during this video today is some of the other things that you can do for embellishments with your blendabilities. Now, if you'll notice in your card, we've got some really pretty little blue rhinestones on there. Well, those rhinestones are colored with the blendabilities. What I did is I just took my blendability and I like the paintbrush end. You can use whichever end you want. Color it just lightly. Now, what they told us at convention was, one of the questions was, will using your blendability markers on these rhinestones, buttons, pearls, things like that, reduce the life of your blendability? Yes, it will. Why? Well, because some of those surfaces aren't perfectly flat and perfectly smooth, so they are going to compromise your brush tip a little bit. But you just have to be super, super careful when you're doing it. Just a real light touch. You don't have to color hard. And like I said, I really like to use the paintbrush end. It seems to work best for me. So there's some blendabilities colored rhinestones. You can also do that with the pearls. Just color right on the pearl. You'll need to let it dry a little bit. Let me get this up here so you can see it better. And actually you might not be able to see it very well in the video, but all I'm doing is I am coloring right on top of that pearl and going all the way around and covering the whole thing. And that way you can have pearls that match any project that you're doing. These two things down here, these are the crystal buttons, antique buttons. And one is with the darkest color of olive, and the other one is the darkest color of raspberry. And that worked out really, really well on there. I really like the result that I got. I wanted to show you that you can color on acetate. This is a piece of window sheet, and I was able to color on there, and that did dry. I also colored on a piece of glossy cardstock. This is olive and raspberry, and this is a piece of vellum. I colored on the vellum as well. All of these things dried with the blendabilities on there, so I didn't have any problems using that for other projects. So just remember, when you're stamping on some of these things, you do need to use StazOn to make it so that it dries, but then turn it over and use your blendabilities on the back side. And then you'll be able to have the image be colored from the other side, and it'll be beautiful. So that's what you have, and you have the supplies to make this card in your kit. If you've made your payment already, a lot of those were shipped out today. If you have any questions, give me a call. I hope you enjoyed this month's Blendability kit. Thank you. Bye.